Welcome back to RealHouseDIY. Today I have a review and installation of the MechMaxx backup camera for your tractor. On their website they're calling this Farming HD backup camera, and you can see they're marketing specifically for their stump grinder. So here I have the MechMaxx SG24 PTO Stump Grinder. If you're interested in the videos, I have playlists on my channel. I'll get a link in the description. And with this stump grinder, you might not think that you'll need a backup camera for it. However, even just grinding one stump, you'll find that your neck is going to be really sore. You have to constantly be turned around, watching where this blade is. Make sure you're only getting about 1 to 2 inches when you're grinding on each pass. Now you can of course find similar cameras on Amazon. However, if MechMaxx is offering a package deal to get the stump grinder with this as well, definitely jump on that. Take a quick look what comes in the box. Now this was shipped exactly like this with a shipping label on it. I peeled that shipping label off so we could see the box. And this is a strong, sturdy box. Came in good shape. Open this up. Got some packaging material. Here's a screen. This is a 7-inch high definition 1080p screen. This is a wireless system, so it comes with connection on the back for the antenna. You have your power cord right there. This is the connection for the power cord to your 12-volt outlet inside the tractor cab. They send multiple antennas. A remote, some hardware, 2 connections for power. One of those will be for the camera itself. Plug in the power there. Then the extra one may be a spare, or if you want a different way to connect power for the video monitor. I have a user manual, and then the mount for the monitor. And finally, got a suction cup for the monitor. Now this system is designed very versatile, be used for any type of tractor. If you have a cab or no cab, if you need separate power sources and wireless using the antennas. So you can have any amount of space and separation between the video monitor and the camera. Now my tractor, I do not have a cab. I could have used a completely wired system. Only thing I'm going to do a little bit differently, instead of hardwiring this somewhere on the tractor for power to the camera, I'm going to wire this to the same 12-volt plug as used for the video screen. So it'll always be plug and play. Just plug this into the 12-volt outlet on the tractor, and I'll have power for both the camera and the video. Now I've already decided I'm definitely going to use magnets on the mount for the camera, make it easy to move this to whatever position I want. And then for the video monitor, I will try out the suction cup. If that works okay, I'll just continue to use that. Otherwise, on the mount for the monitor, again, this is a metal mount. I may just use magnets on this one as well. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the wire for the 12-volt power to the video. I'm going to connect it to the power for the camera. And this long length here, this is the one that's going to go up to the camera. This is going to leave that same long length. I'll add the splice down here. Just go ahead and cut that. And then this wire going for the video monitor. That's already ready to go. Just have to connect these all together. So I have the power wires for the camera and the video. I've cut those, stripping the wires back, and then the 12-volt connector, stripping those wires back as well. I'll connect all the reds together, connect all the blacks together. I was originally thinking of soldering these, but I think I'll instead just use a small crimp connection and cover those up with the heat shrink tubing. I have these connectors here. I'm just going to use the crimp. So remove the plastic cover, and I'll remove that ring connection. So I'm left with this nice little crimp. Need one of those for the red wires, one for the black wires. I'm going to use heat shrink tubing for each set of wires, big enough to cover that crimp. I have one more larger heat shrink tube which will cover up everything. So I'll put that on first on these two wires, and one for the black wires, one for the red wires. I'll get these crimped together. Use my meter, make sure we have continuity for that black connection first. Make sure this is switched on. Hold down sides on that connector. And we have continuity, so that connection is good. I'll repeat the same for that red connection. Again, check with the meter. That one's good. And that one's good. Get the heat gun started so we can shrink the tubing. So we're all set with that. Have our connector for 12-volt power to both camera and the video monitor. So now we're finished with that power connection. Apply power to both the camera and the video. Go ahead and plug this in to the 12-volt connector at the tractor. Turn the key to the on position. Don't need to start the tractor. And can confirm that this has power. When we push this button, see that light turn on. Go ahead and make our power connections here. See these buttons light up. I tried pulling this green tab to get the film off the screen. It broke off. It's okay, I'll try to get that off later. So screen power's on. Connect the camera. And actually it looks like we already have pairing there, even without the antennas attached. I initially thought there was one extra antenna, but it looks like the camera gets two antenna. So there's our video from the camera. It's already paired without having to do anything. Can select that channel. Looks like we have a zoom in and zoom out. We have some additional options. Can flip the screen. Can adjust the brightness, hue and contrast. It looks like you also have some options for recording. It'll accept a memory card right there on the side. So that's it, it works. We're gonna go get this connected onto the tractor, see how our video looks. It's a cloudy day today, still pretty bright. I can clearly see the screen. I'll have to try this out on a bright sunny day, see if there's any difference. So I have this plastic piece here. I'm gonna go ahead and snap that in. You can see it has more of a cover on the top. That makes sense. Help protect it from any sunlight glaring on the screen. That just snaps into place. Now for this mount, it's gonna fit there. Allow for some tilt adjustment as well. Has these plastic pieces that gets fit right there on both sides. I'll get the one side in first with these thumb screws. So you have the mount, that plastic piece, and then the monitor. Same on the other side. So we gotta get some tilt adjustment if you want to mount it with that. Also, in the back you can see this channel here. That's going to be if you want to use the mount with the suction cup. So there's the suction cup. And that slides right in like that. You tighten it up. The suction cup, it's interesting. It's sticky and also suctions and tightens. So I'll see first how that suction cup works. Just tightens right there. Has another, actually two more they can adjust for the suction cup. Stick that right on. And if you can see on this side, push this over to lock it in place. Here's what it looks like on this side with that suction cup. I have these thumb screws as tight as I can get them. And you can tell it's going to want to move down, especially with the vibration of the tractor. So I took that suction cup off, and what I had already planned to do, I'm going to use these small neodymium magnets. I'm going to use these for the camera as well. Just attach these onto the mount on the bottom. That holds in place pretty nicely. Might slide around a tiny bit, especially on top of that sticker, but it's not going to fall off at all. See how that works. I can adjust it as I need to. Same for the camera mount. I have two of those magnets. So the best part about this is, depending on what implement I'm using this on, I'm not permanently mounting this anywhere. I can move it around as I need to. Go ahead and move this over to the other side. Route the wire over there. This will be where you can see where you're going to be cutting. Since we're cutting on this side, cutting from the left of the stump grinder, cutting the right side of the stump. So it makes sense for it to be over here on this side. And there's the view that we have there. This is the cutting area that you're looking for when you're stump grinding. As far as routing these wires, if you want this to be more permanent, you could use some zip ties. I'm just gonna make sure it doesn't get near the tire here, so it's not hanging down near the pedal at all. Connected to the camera there, that looks okay to me. Then the wire over on this side, obviously don't want it near spinning part of the shaft. Just wrap it around the light on the side here. That's nice out of the way. So set for that camera is pretty easy. Gonna go ahead and grind a stump and see how it works. I just finished grinding the stump using the backup camera. Go take a look. A couple things to note. Take a look at the camera over here, and you can tell about halfway through, especially when it really down into the dirt, grinding that stump, the camera could tell it was getting dirty, and yeah, it's covered in dirt. Could still see what I was doing on the video screen, but it was getting kind of foggy. Then the only other issue I had, I noticed the screen, it was turning off then back on, and it turns out with this push button here for powering the camera and the screen on and off, as I was moving around in the seat here, it was actually pushing that button down and turning it off on me. So my solution, at least just temporary for now, I just took out this holder, turned it on its side so I won't accidentally push that button. I may just tape this button down with tape to keep it in the on position. So now we've got a really bright sunny day, and I was able to get underneath this plastic on the screen. I'd use a safety pin to get under there, pull it up. So finish pulling this off. And that does make the screen a bit clearer. You can see the outline of the stump that pulled around. Then over here we have dirt and leaves. A little bit hard to tell the difference between the colors of the stump and the dirt. And this stump here, it's a couple years old, so the color is a bit gray. So even on a bright sunny day, you can clearly see the screen on this and the shield on the top that helps block glare from the sun. So overall, my review of this camera system, it is very good. Definitely needed to use the stump grinder. I did occasionally look back just to see where I was on the stump. It's a little bit misorienting where you're looking at the camera on the right side of the stump grinder versus when I turn around, I'm always looking at the left side. So I found myself using the camera with the monitor for most of the work where you're lowering the stump grinder, grinding forward. But then when it comes to moving around the stump, getting to a different position, that's when I'm turning around and looking backwards to see where I am. Hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.